Welcome back to the Chromperfect Beginner Series. We are currently reviewing Section 5, which focuses on system-level features, automation, and extended capabilities within Chromperfect. This section brings together everything you have learned so far and shows how the system operates in a complete, real-world environment, including automation, user management, system tools, and add-on functionality. In the previous chapter, we discussed sequences and batch processing and how they work together to automate workflows within Chromperfect. Sequences define how each run should be handled, while batch reprocessing allows those workflows to be revisited and updated after acquisition in a controlled and efficient way. This is Chapter 2 of Section 5, User Login and Access Control. In this chapter, we will look at how Chromperfect can be configured to operate in more controlled and regulated environments through the use of user accounts, permissions, and system-level security. By default, Chromperfect security is turned off. You can quickly identify this because when any program is opened, the title bar will display a single user prompt rather than a named user account. For many environments, this is perfectly acceptable, particularly where the system is operated by a small number of trusted users or in less regulated workflows. However, in more controlled environments, it may be necessary to enable user logins, apply permissions, and restrict access to specific functions within the system. To configure this, open the System program and select the System menu, followed by the Security option. Within this dialog, the setting to enable logons and passwords acts as the primary trigger for system security. Once enabled and saved, Chromperfect will require users to log in, and access to functionality will be controlled through defined permissions. There are additional options within this dialog that relate to password policy, session control, and authentication methods. These can be configured as required, but the key concept is that enabling logons activates system-level security across the platform. One important point to understand is that once this setting is enabled and saved, the system menu will no longer be visible to standard users. Access to system configuration is restricted to the administrator account. By default, the administrator login is admin in all capital letters with a blank password. This password can and should be changed by the system manager. However, it is critical to understand that Chromperfect does not provide any backdoor or password recovery mechanism. If the administrator password is lost, access to system-level configuration cannot be restored. This behavior is intentional and is designed to support compliance and data integrity requirements. Once security is enabled, users and permissions must be configured. Chromperfect manages access through a group-based permission model. Individual users are created within the system, and each user is assigned membership to one or more groups. Permissions are not assigned directly to users, but instead to these groups. Each group defines what actions are allowed within different areas of the system, such as configuration, data acquisition, data processing, and reporting. Users inherit permissions based on the groups they belong to, and can be members of multiple groups if required. This provides a flexible and scalable way to manage access across different roles within a laboratory or organization. Within the privileges configuration, permissions are organized by functional areas, including configuration, acquisition, processing, miscellaneous functions, and instrument access. These control whether a user can modify methods, perform integrations, access instruments, generate reports, or interact with system-level features. From a user perspective, a security-enabled system does not necessarily change the appearance of the interface or prevent users from interacting with data on screen. However, certain actions may be restricted. In practice, this means that specific menu items, buttons, or functions may appear grayed out. For example, a user may be able to adjust integration settings or make changes during analysis, but if they do not have permission to save or bind those changes, the relevant options will not be available. This ensures that while users can work with data, only authorized users can commit changes that affect stored results, methods, or system configuration. This behavior is key to maintaining control and data integrity, particularly in regulated environments. To summarize, Chromperfect security is optional, but provides a powerful framework for controlling access and enforcing structured workflows. By enabling logons, defining users, and assigning group-based permissions, the system can be configured to meet the requirements of both simple and highly regulated environments. In the next chapter, we will continue to explore system-level functionality by looking at user programs and automation hooks within Chromperfect. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And for more information, visit chromeperfect.com.